Hey, 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 it's your boy Darren Green back with another episode. It's just me. Okay, I think we're episode 202. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the listeners too on my audio and video, community. I see that there is substantial growth. We had like a comment on Spotify. Thank you for the comment. Even if, we may have disagreement. That's what I like about my close-knit community. It's like, y'all mess with me, but if I say I take y'all on like y'all and y'all are not afraid to say it in the comments and I'm here for it, okay, read me down, honey, and let's have the conversation. But yeah, like we did really well with the last couple episodes that I've been dropping and just like the content in general. So thank y'all so much for y'all support. When it's just me, I like to get right into these topics. I have nothing to talk about my week, child. Nothing happened. Just a regular mundane work week at this damn bank that I'm ready to exit out of. Okay. I'm telling you, child. I need to do this full time. I want to do this full time so much, but you know how social media be, child. They don't be trying to pay nobody what they worth, child. And this is not me panhandling or telling me that, my cash app. My cash app is in the description though, if y'all want to. But I'm just saying, like, it is hard out here for an independent podcaster, that's just trying to make some content and, have the conversation with, people that are many, many miles away from me. Okay. So yeah, we got some things to get into. I'm going to give you a brief summary. So we're going to talk about Lizzo and my doubts with this whole situation. I'm very doubtful of both sides, and we'll get into it. So yeah, the Lizzo conversation we're going to get into. We're also going to get into a lot of these Bravo celebrities. The reality TV stars are banding together with the help of Bethany Frankel, or however you say that girl name, to sue Bravo and NBC. We're going to get into that. It's a lot of details with that. We'll talk about Doja Cat's new song, Paint the Town Red, child. We done all forgot, child. We got amnesia, child. We live for the girl now, okay? And then people be getting mad at Ciara for working with Chris Brown. Ice Spice being called like R&B and hip hop rookie of the year. Like I said, we got a lot of topics to get into. Okay. Without further ado, let's start, because when it's just me, I like to get right into it. Okay. Now, Lizzo. Here's my thing. So for those who need a refresher, Lizzo's ex-dancers dropped a lawsuit on the singer accusing her of sexual harassment in a toxic work environment. Well, now she has reportedly hired an attorney who has previously represented Bill Cosby and a lot of other celebrities too. Let's be very clear. The way the media is spinning it to try to vilify Lizzo entirely. And like I said, or I didn't say this, I'm saying it now. Lizzo, okay, I'm not, because the way I'm going to say this, I'm going to tell this story, y'all going to think I'm all on Lizzo's side. I'm not on nobody's side, okay? I'm skeptical on both sides, okay? Because a lot of people are putting out things, and I'm just like, girl, what do we mean? So I just have doubts about this whole Lizzo situation. Okay, she got the attorney that worked with Bill Cosby. Well, this attorney worked with a lot of celebrities. It's a celebrity lawyer. Okay, so yes, he had he worked with Bill Cosby. There was another post that listed all the celebrities that he worked with in the past. Like, she's trying to win a case. Okay, so she's gonna get the very best, or the ones that give better results. And I don't think that's a problem. I mean, look, at the end of the day, this lawyer, you look at their background, you look at their work, their history, and it's like, okay, it's not like, and I think one of my mutuals said this on TikTok. It's like, she not gonna get Phaedra Parks because she trying to win the case. Like, no offense to Phaedra Parks, but I'm just saying, like, like, we got to be smart with it. So I don't have a problem with her getting a lawyer that worked with Bill Cosby. Now, I just have doubts about the situation. Now, when it first came out and these girls, said their testimony, they said, we saw the actual documentation of this lawsuit. I was like, okay, I'm down. Celebrities are toxic. They're known for being toxic. And other people were chiming in, confirming it. And I'm like, okay, these people have been around Lizzo. These people work with Lizzo. Okay, they may have some insight. But it was until we got this TMZ the TMZ interview with the two girls, right? Now I'm gonna share a clip, right?
Were these demands or suggestions made by Lizzo, as you say, were they direct, where they said, I really want you to do it? Or was it more, I'm afraid if I don't, I might get fired?
Yeah, I think for both of us, there was like this always looming feeling of thinking that if you didn't do something or you didn't adhere to certain suggestions or demands, that your job could be in jeopardy. You know, have fun with her and, you know, go along with like what she was doing and, you know, be down for anything that they were favored. They were hired for more shows. They were invited on, you know, like private jets and to do cool things and, you know, could hang out with her in like tropical settings like Hawaii and stuff like that. Some of our coworkers, you know, it's just like there was no line between professionalism and personal. And so we had in our minds that if we weren't, you know, down for anything, that we would then be ostracized later. It was this unspoken thing in the camp that if you weren't super fun, like if you like skipped out on all of the like outings and, you know, all that stuff, that you wouldn't be seen in good favor from Lizzo, and that you would then not be considered like one of the people that is like cool and down for anything, and then therefore not be booked for as many jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for both of us, there was like this always looming feeling of thinking that if you didn't do something.
This always looming feeling. Okay, like that's the part that got me. I'm like, there was a lot of I feels. There was a lot of it may seem, or in quotes, there was like, there's always looming feeling. I'm just like, okay, so it was you guys are inferring that this was the case. Like, my thing is this: what was said? And if you're not trying to say what was said, then what are we doing on this interview? Okay. And the man asks, was this direct requests from Lizzo, the team, whatever? There was always this looming feeling. What are we supposed to do with that? And I think I even made a tweet. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Child, what was my tweet, child? Emphasis on we had it in our mind. That was another quote I was trying to find in there. That's why I was fishing back. We had it in our minds. We had it in our minds. That's a you thing, baby girl. Nobody said nothing. If that's the case. Now, I think that I'm not trying to dismantle what these girls are saying. Maybe it was a thing of do this or else, or, you know, but just give us like what happened, like word for word. What did they say? What did she say to y'all? What was said? Not just looming. Like I can't go. This is feelings at this point. We need facts over feelings. Okay, so I'm just a little skeptical about their testimony right now, and I think a lot of other people. I'm not the only person that made that comment. Like, there's a lot of people that saying, okay, this is not helping their case at all. You know, if they are telling the truth or not, we know damn well this is not helping their case. Now, I don't think that they should have never did this interview. I think that they should have definitely, their lawyer, that lawyer that they was just sitting there smiling and smirking and stuff like that, he should have definitely just did a little bit more. I mean, even when you look at his mannerisms and stuff like that, I'm like, girl, what the fuck are you saying? Like, it seemed very much like we had a plan to say this, but then y'all ended up saying whatever. And then he's looking, you could tell, look at him. He's just looking at the camera like, oh my God, what am I doing here? Child, this is looking bad. Now, the weight conversation, the fat shaming stuff. Okay, I'll play some of the clips on that.
Termination is that I had felt for a really long time that they were questioning my abilities due to weight gain. It was never explicitly said.
It was never explicitly said. See, this is what I'm talking about. If it was never explicitly said, you can't just infer that was the case. That's why they fired you, because you got big. That's not enough. That's just, to me, that's just not enough. But go ahead, let's go off.
Hey, you know, you're gaining weight. Your job is in jeopardy. It was never that. It was very nuanced. It was very nuanced, under the rug. And I think that language was used to keep from being canceled. Previously, she had said,
she was worried about me at South by Southwest. And when I was at South by Southwest, that was the first time I had showed up to a Lizzo event or gig, noticeably having gained weight. There was nothing different about me. My performance skills were the same. My demeanor was the same. My energy was the same. The only thing that was different about me was my weight. And in this meeting, she stated as well that, dancers get fired for gaining weight. And then she kind of paused and looked at me. And what goes into my, I still don't know if she really meant to single me out in that moment. But when she looked at me and she said that, I was kind of like, so she's really concerned about my weight. And then, when we had that private meeting, when I was kind of cornered, they kind of wouldn't let me, get away with not telling them something personal. So, and a reason why something was wrong with me. So I ended up telling them that I struggle with, anxiety and depression.
Okay, so this is the part where she said, like, Lizzo was kind of making her, fill out, like, why are you gaining weight? Like, what is the purpose of you gaining weight or whatever it is and the third? Not the purpose, but, like, why have there's been a change? Now, I would say that's the only part that I would be like, okay, now y'all are bringing up, she did bring up, like, a conversation, some dancers get fired because of their weight or whatever this, that, and the third. Okay. So I'm glad that we're getting actual word by word conversations in that part. But then you start off by saying it was never said explicitly. It's more nuanced. Like, what does that mean? And I also feel like if y'all not gonna call it what it is, then keep it on the playground until it's time to go to court. Because what it's looking like now is y'all don't really got too much of information. Now, here's my thing, is Lizzo's team is not being professional as well. I feel like when literally after that interview of those two dancers came out
on in this industry,
not Sunny Child, not her. They literally released a tape. Her legal team, Lizzo's legal team, released a tape of one of the dancers talking about how, like, she was excited to be a part of Lizzo's camp or whatever, because it was like a camp thing they had to do before they got into this whole thing. And this was like, I want to say before they actually got rid of her, but she was saying how everything was good and how Lizzo was like such a powerful light and I will say on Lizzo's part, that is a little like, okay, why would she say something negative while she's in your camp? Like, she's probably at this point, if that was the case, if you were doing all those toxic things, like, she wouldn't say nothing because she probably still want to be a part of it, because at the end of the day, like, this is a big opportunity. Like, she's working with a big celebrity. She's dancing for your show. Of course she'll say nothing but positive things. That made Lizzo's side look a little shady too. And then also her statement that she made earlier this week as well, where she basically said, I'm not the bad guy, and I'm on my journey, and and I didn't do these things and all this other stuff. Because we see a lot of people coming out of the woodwork, right? They are coming out of the woodwork talking about this whole situation. We see this girl right here, Lizzo's boyfriend's ex of 10 years done came out and talked about how, she had a bad time with Lizzo and she was mean and rude. She wouldn't talk to me. It was clear that she didn't like me. And we see like other people, like a creative director said this about her and a creative director said that about her. Like I said, I don't care about Lizzo being a diva. I care about the sexual harassment allegations. I feel like, nobody is talking about that. Lizzo's team, nor really the girls that are coming out and saying things. Did she make you go to that event? Did she make you do the things that is being alleged? Like, what was that conversation like? That's the meat and potatoes, because y'all telling me that she's like this bad person behind closed doors. She's a diva. She's this. She fat shames. I mean, you can't sue somebody for being a bitch if that's the case, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some things that I left out, but from what I'm hearing on their side is it's not enough evidence to really vilify this person. And for Lizzo, it's not looking good for her either, because you making statements that I'm like, girl, did your publicist approve that? And then you putting out videos of the girls, saying, oh yeah, I love being here, when they was in the shit. You know, I don't know. I mean, I think that this is really something that is, I don't know, like this is a real touchy subject, and I don't want to ever come off like I'm not believing these girls or anything like that. Perhaps this did happen. I think that the world needs to know what exactly happened. And if you're not going to say nothing, then we need to keep it to the playground until it's time for y'all to do this in court. I feel like both sides, they're playing the public spectacle. You know, they got in the two girls got on the interview with TMZ saying all this stuff. Lizzo's team did things in the background. She done came out with her. Like, everyone is playing the part. If I was Lizzo, I wouldn't have said a goddamn word. I wouldn't have said nothing. Now, I get it. A lot of people on your ass right now. It's probably caused you to say something. But at this point, Lizzo, anything that you're going to say, people are going to refute it. Like, people are going to, like, deny it. Like, no, was coming for you. People was waiting for a situation like this to come out. I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd have kept it to when I got to court. And that's when all the shit would have came out. Okay, I would have had gather your receipts. Gather your receipts. And I think the girl should have did that too, because this interview, it did not paint y'all in the best light. You saying terms like it felt like that, or it was a looming thought, or that's a you thing. Sorry. What else I got on here, child? Because I definitely did want to talk about this. And I also think that this situation is giving people an excuse to be fatphobic. And I love how one of the victims also said that, hey, even though we're making these claims and we're doing this lawsuit, I want to keep in mind that all the fat phobia in the room right now, we don't need that right now. I mean, I remember when I was I did my little TikTok videos talking about the situation, kept it very neutral, just basically told the news, oh, Lizzo need to work out. That's why she need to work out. She's too damn big. Like, people in the comments just being fatphobic for no apparent reason. Like, this whole situation has really brought out the ignorance in people, and people just automatically was ready to vilify Lizzo and just, I don't know. This is one of the topics where it's just I don't know, when we're in this post Jesse and Carly Russell world where people can just make things up and people would just believe it. I really don't know. I really don't know. It's looking bad on both sides. We'll have to see what happens when this situation goes to court and we'll figure out what the verdict is. But even if, the state of public opinion, Lizzo will always be, this will hurt her. Okay, this is going to, this could cancel her, child. It's very much could. If they can prove that sexual harassment part, because that's the part I care about. I don't care about all these other people saying that she's a bad person behind closed door. What celebrity is not? What celebrity is not rude? What celebrity is not entitled? Let's be very clear. Okay, the sexual harassment part is what I'm worried about only. And if it's proven that you really did get these girls to go to that club and do the things, Lizzo needs to be held accountable. Until then, child, I ain't gonna be talking about this, child. I ain't gonna talk about this until they get into court. I promise you. I know I say that and then I start talking about it again because something come up. But girl, my name been in, I'm not in it. I just said my little piece and we gonna move on, okay? Because it was a lot. Okay, so my next topic I wanted to get into was none other than this whole reality TV stars versus Bravo. Okay, this right here, let me preface this by saying I did a TikTok video talking about how I would it's gonna take a lot. Well, let me tell y'all the story, and then I'll get into that. So, a lot of the Bravo celebrities are planning to sue NBC Bravo. Okay, now I'm gonna read this excerpt from TMZ, and then I'll give you guys my good old thoughts. Okay, now attorney Brian Friedman joined on TMZ Live Friday, breaking down the allegations being made against the studios. And while he has about 15 people interested in the case, He says hundreds will come forward. He says tons of folks have been exploited for many different reasons, with mental illness being one big one. And its alleged tactic, Brian thinks is disgusting. Okay, Brian claims that these reality stars have laws that protect them from things like this, but something shady has been going on. By the way, he also talked to us about an alleged slave contract that he says was utilized for production. Some reality stars have gone scorched earth against NBC, and it appears in particular Bravo, claiming its reality stars have been subject to grotesque and depraved mistreatment. TMZ obtained a letter sent by attorney Brian Friedman and Mark Giros, I don't know how to pronounce his name, child, to NBC, claiming current and former cast and crew members of its reality show have been tormented among the allegations. Now, here is what's being alleged. Okay, they broke it down into a list. Okay, deliberate attempts to manufacture mental instability by applying cast members with alcohol while depriving them of food and sleep, denying mental health treatment to cast members displaying obvious and alarming signs of mental desperation, exploiting minors for uncompensated and sometimes long-term appearances on NBC reality TV shows, disturbing and/or condoning the distribution of non-consensual pornography, child, covering up acts of sexual violence, refusing to allow cast members to leave their shows even under dire circumstances, child. And they said a lot of this, like they said Bethany Frankel has been aiding these attorneys. This aligns with Bethany Frankel's call to unionize the reality stars. But Bethany Frankel, they're saying that she really had a lot to do with a lot of these people coming out now and really coming for Bravo. And here's my notes on this. Here's what I think. Like I did the story on Bethany Frankel saying that, you know, a lot of the reality stars need to unionize and do like the same thing that the writer strike people are doing. And I said that would never happen because people are very comfortable over there at Bravo. They're comfortable with their checks. They're comfortable, even if they're not getting paid. The exposure, you know, you could become real big famous if you're like a Bravo celebrity and you're on like a show for more than a couple seasons and become a fan favorite and stuff like that and gain a lot of followers, and that turns into money because you can now be an influencer and whatever the case is. But a lot of these people are starting to come out and come for NBC Bravo, which I thought was very, I said I'd be very surprised, and which I am. But the stuff that's being alleged, like some of the stuff that I was like, child, not the distribution of non-consensual pornography. I'm like, so wait a minute, like, cause I started thinking about shows in particular because I know when we was watching Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, I remember, child, they had some scenes in there that I was like, okay, how long were they recording? And then somebody also said something about revenge porn and stuff like that. Like people was holding on to some of this content and kind of like extorting the reality TV stars. This is some crazy shit. Now, is this the company in general? Is this NBC? It could be production. You know, production people in production are probably shady like that. Like they're probably like, "Ooh, I got this content. Let me sell it to the blogs, or let me sell it to this company that's going to pay me extra for giving them content that was leaked out from, you know, production." Which is, you know, I'm not going to be the person that's going to blame the company in general, but like the company should have definitely been monitoring everything that's been going on. The exploiting of minors and uncompensated. We know these people ain't getting paid. Like I'm not talking about the housewives. I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about the shows that are more geared to like, you know, these one season wonders. Like it's like one show and, you know, they come on and they do this for like a good couple episodes and we never see them again. Like I'm pretty sure those people aren't getting paid. Proud of the people. I wouldn't say Below Deck because that is one of their biggest shows. So those people are getting paid. But just like the shows that are not as like doesn't have a recurring cast. But minors, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Like I said, distributing the pornography and then covering up acts of violence. Like, yeah, we don't know what they cut. We don't know. There's a lot of content of probably violence happening, and we will never know. Like, that's crazy. I think that that's real crazy, and I feel bad for the cast members. I mean, they probably really got on here thinking that they were gonna, make a lot of money, get famous or whatever, and they ended up just being exploited. Here's a video for what Bethany Frankel had to say, child.
I know you were very vocal about saying reality stars need a union because they rerun over and over again these episodes. Would you consider taking on that task and kind of going full throttle?
I am about to go to the library and take out the idiot guide to starting a union. I literally know nothing about it, like I knew nothing about relief work or anything else I've ever done. Launching a liquor brand, starting a podcast, launching a YouTube series. But I will certainly, I literally have no idea what it takes to run a union, but I know I could do it.
Has someone reached out to you, like maybe friends and pals, and saying, you know what, I want to join in? Can you name some of them?
No. So many, over 100 very well-known reality stars have reached out to me, and chairmen of major companies have said that I'm right on with the terms I'm about to post in the next hour that I think are fair, but subject to modification because I wrote them overnight at 5 o'clock in the morning preparing for Mark and Kelly.
So would you consider them striking and not filming?
I think that people should boycott the television shows that are running at reruns forever and the originals, and I think that the reality stars in production now, like people like Vanderpump Rules that have the power because we are the losers of the entertainment industry that right now are the workhorse mule B-list people that are going to be the clown, the dog and pony show, make a fool of yourself, you cheat on somebody, rip someone's hair out, go broke and live that on TV for the rest of your life without getting paid. We're the ones who are going to be trying to, the jugglers, the circus animals that they're going to want to fill in the content that A-list Hollywood is going to negotiate. And it's the reality reckoning, and the Bethany clause is changing today.
Not the Bethany clause, child. That girl is on a mission, okay? And look, at first it was about getting their reparations, getting their money. Because, yeah, they play a lot of the reruns on Bravo, and these people are not getting paid for that. Now, I know if you're on television, like, you do get some type of residuals, but I heard the residuals are really not nothing. Like, it's not that big of a residual check. And people like Bethany she was Housewives of New Jersey. Like our hater. The fact that she's not getting paid that, and I think that's a problem. But now they got bigger fish to fry because all of these allegations that's coming out about Bravo and NBC, like, I don't know what's to come, but it's nothing good, honey. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about that in the comments, child. That's all I have to say. Let's move on to the news and music, because I know Doja Cat came out with her little song. Let's stop. Ooh, child, I want to stop here. It's a little creepy, child. Let's stop. Okay, this is better. This ain't. So Paint the Town Red, it finally dropped. She gave us a snippet a couple of weeks ago on her live. And I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that song, and this was like knee deep into us like not messing with her no more. When I heard the song, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay, hold on. She ain't shit. But this song is this song is the shit, okay? She's definitely given us these bars, these lyrics. I love the background music and the video. Even though a lot of people say the video, oh my God, it's demonic, it's this. And, they're trying to point out all the look. This is the type time that Doja's on right now. This is what she doing. Okay, she's over here dancing with the devil, child. She got the Grim Reaper on the side. She got the horns, the black eye pupils. Everything is on. It's giving. I don't know if it's giving, but it's definitely, this is like a step further from what Lil Nas X did with the whole call me when you want. Well, I mean, I don't know what's worse. I mean, being the devil or dancing on the devil, child. You pick your poison, child. I think when you take the video out of it, this is a really dope song, and I think it will do well on the charts. There was a couple of lines that people are in question saying, oh, is she talking about this? Is she talking about that? Like, the whole I ain't canceled, I ain't see no horse yet or something like that. Trying to say she's talking about Megan And then there was another line that she said in there too that was like I don't need no sidekick or something, or I don't need no big feature, no sidekick. Look, I think Doja just be saying stuff. She just be saying stuff just to say it. It sounds good in the song. It rhymes. It fits what her narrative is. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you who she's dissing in this song. Okay, she dissing us. Okay, she dissing the crazy ass fans that think that she's our friends. Okay, and she not our friend. Okay, she make music and we live for it, and that's it. Okay, got it. I thought it was pretty good though. I had no problems with the video. I mean, I knew that she was going in this direction because we seen her presence on social media. You know, she was with dancing with the Grim Reaper, and she was dancing with the devil, and it was just, that's just what type time she's on. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. But yeah, I did like it. We'll see how it does in the charts because some of her fans are really like, I ain't supporting this shit. A lot of people say, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, or, oh, I'm sorry. Do I know you? Girl, we'll see how it does on the charts though, but I did like it though. Now, people are mad. Why y'all mad at Ciara Child for working with Chris Brown? Girl. Child. Well, Ciara definitely didn't read the room. She did not read the room, child. She did not see how Chloe got that same heat from her fans saying, girl, why would you do this song with this man? And y'all really be messing up a good song, though. And here's the thing. I'm not saying mess up because it sounds good. Chris Brown knows how to make a song. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how much y'all hate Chris Brown. Chris Brown can make a good song. He is a good singer. He be giving us the dance moves. The video visuals is always on point. I really did like that song that he did or that Chloe did with him. The problem is people just don't like Chris Brown. Okay, and it's because of the situation with Rihanna that people still hang out over it. And then just like other situations, he has a lot of allegations that's coming out against him for being abusive. I think some is a little rapey. Like I said, this is all alleged. I'm not saying this to be true, but this is what people are coming out and saying. So any artists, any female artists, because let's be very clear, they're only coming for female artists that choose to work with Chris Brown. Nobody else that works with Chris Brown gets this much heat. Unless you're like a woman artist. Yeah, like I said, Ciara just didn't read the room, child. This is not 2011, where it was definitely a time where Chris Brown was in his heyday after the situation with Rihanna. Like he was, people was working with him and nobody really said nothing about it. But now you put Chris Brown on anything, it's always a problem. I think that we need to get over it. I think that artists have been working with problematic artists all the time. Now, I do feel like there is like a part where it's like, okay, why are you working with this person? Like if somebody was to sit there, if freaking R. Kelly got out of jail or some shit and work with R. Kelly, like, okay, got you. I like, yeah, that's why would you work with this artist? But somebody like Chris Brown, a lot of people forgave him about that situation with Rihanna. And a lot of people feel like the allegations that stacked up against him is not true. I'm not saying that it's not, and I don't know too much about it. But I do know he is problematic, but he made good music, child. I mean, it's the music is good. And I actually like this song. This is a cute little thing. Maybe if Ciara did it with another person, people would have really loved the song, but it's kind of bittersweet because it's like you come out with a good song and you probably paid a lot for it, and this production looks stellar. And nobody will listen to it because it has somebody that a lot of people don't like. It's very unfortunate. But that is what it is. That's the show business right now, child. You get canceled, child. You can't work with them. But also, like I said, if a male artist would have worked with Chris Brown, they won't get the heat. But I don't know. I think it's kind of one-sided. But y'all will tell me what y'all think in the comments. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Ice Spice, child. I heard that Ice Spice was named Rookie of the Year. Well, Billboards R&B Hip Hop Rookie of the Year. And a lot of people are saying that this is privilege. I even see this comment right here. As much as some of y'all don't like her, y'all got to admit that she's accomplished the huge things just being in the industry for 2 years. Yeah, people are calling her an industry plant. They feel like she's undeserving, that this is some type of light skin or pretty privilege or whatever the case is. And I think we have to remember too that Billboard they make their placements and highlights and awards. They give their achievement awards to people that produce numbers, which Ice Spice does. She is the numbers girl, like her music charts. So of course, Billboard is going to say things like that, even though I feel like they have trouble with genre placements because Ice Spice is not R&B. Nothing about her music is R&B. Okay, it's very much hip hop. It's very much drill. It's rap. It's what it is. It's not R&B. But yeah, I think she is Rookie of the Year. If you want to get it, if we're talking about numbers, because I get into it. I definitely feel like Ice Spice does not work that hard. Ice Spice is very much like she does a song, it go viral on TikTok, everybody singing it, everybody got there's always every viral song that comes out by Ice Spice, people know it by like, she a panty, she doing it. Like people know the lyrics. Like she has the ability to, cultivate an audience for her songs because of the memorable lines on it. Like, she a baddie, she's showing her panties. She shaking like jelly, like in the hood or whatever the case is. And somebody said this also too. It's like people be coming for Ice Spice in the way she rap. Like she got this ABC rap where it's not like lyrically the best, but like somebody literally said, try rapping an Ice Spice song trying to sound like Pop Smoke. Like Pop Smoke has the same cadence and flow. And almost, lyrics is kind of the same scope. Like, because you got to remember, both of these artists are drill. And, like, I think Pop Smoke, he's the one that popularized drill, I believe. Don't quote me on it. But, like, if you start try to rap an Ice Spice song how Pop Smoke would rap it. It would sound good. Like, it would sound like a Pop Smoke song. Like, there's no difference between the two. But one gets a lot of heat than the other. I think that has to do with a lot of her being a woman, but I don't know. I mean, I think she's hip hop Rookie of the Year. Who else? Who else is? I mean, we can't really say Lotto. Lotto had that one little song. Lotto been in the game for a little bit longer than her. Who else is really out here doing their thing like that? That's a rookie. I mean, it is Ice Spice. I think people love saying that she basic. I'm like, oh, she don't do too much. I'm like, okay, girl. Let's not forget, okay, a lot of these new girls after Nicki don't be doing the full thing. Okay, is not as versatile and don't be doing having all these cadences and flows and lyrically like the best. Let's be very clear on that, child. Like Ice Spice is not the only one that be giving us basic ABC lyrics. Okay, I ain't gonna say no names for y'all sit there and be like, oh, you just a stan, you want to come for somebody, da. Girl, I said what I said. Okay. Anyway, shout out to Ice Spice. And don't get mad at Billboard. Billboard, like I said, and this is how I'm gonna close it. Billboard awards numbers. Okay. They go based off the chart achievements. The girl charts, the other girls don't. That's why she's the Rookie of the Year. Okay, next case. I got a couple of other topics that I wanted to get into before I get out of here. Now, Jonathan Majors, child, the trial has been updated because the accuser has allegedly, it's going to be a heavy allege, fled the country. Okay, so there was an update. Hollywood actor Jonathan Majors arrived to NY criminal court today for a trial, only to learn that prosecutors aren't ready to present their case. The problem is that the accuser has fled the country and NYPD is looking to charge her with a lawsuit. His girlfriend, Megan Good, was by his side during the brief appearance. So the girl done left the country. girl done left the country. What happened? What happened? Why you leave? You got cold feet? And I'm not trying to say nobody's lying, but like I said with the Lizzo conversation, we are in a post Juicy Smollett and Carly Russell time where people are making up shit and people are going along with it. If this girl lying, that's real messed up. That's real messed up. Like I said, I don't know, but it does look bad that she fled the country. I mean, we got to call a thing a thing. It does not look good on her case, and they're going to throw it out. They're going to throw it in the dumpster. I'm telling you. And that's exactly why I messed with Marvel, because they were the only company that did not cut ties. Jonathan Majors, he is set to work in that Loki season 2 show. He is still Kang the Conqueror. Okay. And this girl, I don't know. I mean, this girl, look. I ain't gonna say too much, y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Okay. But yeah, she allegedly left the country, child, when they was in. The prosecutors have nothing. They aren't ready to present the case. It's over, honey. It's over. And it's a shame too, because now, you know, this man lost his management. He lost a lot of things. A lot of brand deals have cut ties with him, and I know he's just like looking at a lot of these brands differently now, because now he's going to come back into this space, you know, not trusting anybody. And his career could be really jeopardized after this situation. So I don't know, y'all. Tell me what y'all think. Now, my last topic I want to get into, because everybody was talking about Phor. Is his name Phor, or is the P silent? I don't know how to pronounce this man's name. All I know is he was from Black Ink Crew, right? And he was one of the tattoo artists. I don't know what he did. I didn't watch that show a lot. But he clearly wasn't that memorable, because he's now resorting to OnlyFriends content. Let me tell you something. I be seeing him on the freak Twitter, child. You know, I got my burner accounts, child. I be seeing. And I also feel like a lot of people are just posting him because he was a reality star, and now it's like this big thing. Like, he's done a drastic change, and now he's, you know, basically posting himself naked in a cage. And let me tell you something. If you've seen his content, you would know that there has been worse things that this man has done. Okay. Other than him just being naked in a cage. Okay, everybody talk about it. I know I had a conversation with my best friend. She was like, oh my goodness, like, this is very, like, he has a son. Like, his son is going to be embarrassed and da-da-da-da. You know, a lot of people talking. You know, yeah, it's possible that, you know, but you know, that kids of OnlyFans parents are going to be embarrassed once they get older. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, he making money. And if he making money, y'all got money. Okay. And at the end of the day, I feel like your life shouldn't stop just because you have kids. I'm seeing this one commenter right now. He's a consenting adult who has a pet kink. You know, it just is what it is. I mean, he's doing what needs to be done so he can pay the bills. Clearly reality TV wasn't his thing, and he found his thing. I mean, but see, this character, I remember way back when I think some of his nudes got leaked before, and he was showing his ass. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe he always was like this. Okay, he just waited for the perfect time, because everybody's on Twitter right now. Like, a lot of people are hopping on this trend of, you know, showing your body and doing crazy things for a couple dollars a month. You know, I don't know. I be watching. I be seeing it. You know, I be in the bushes, child. Look, I mean, it is what it is. I think these social media sites should stop posting it, because, you know, what do y'all do? I mean, girl, unless he paying for the blogs to post them, child, because like literally everybody was posting. I'm just like, girl, that's what y'all posting, girl. I seen him over here woofing and putting things up certain places. I mean, it way worse than him just being in this damn cage. That's all y'all posted, y'all. Anyway, I don't know. Do I have anything else I want to talk about before I get out of here? Yeah, they arrested that Kai Cenat. See these names. I'm sorry, but he's a streamer, okay, and he basically got arrested for inciting a riot because he said that he was going to go to NYC and like give out PS5s and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, wish I was there. I can go for a PS5. Yeah, and basically it started a lot of riots. Like, I've seen clips from that. People was like throwing shit. People was like destroying stuff. Like, the cops was overpowered. Like, cops couldn't do nothing. He really started a ruckus over giving out some PS5s, and they arrested him. Yeah. But like, this is the first time. I mean, you can consider him a celebrity, so because he was able to do all this. It's the first time we see a celebrity actually get in trouble for, you know, loads of people, you know, because I remember there was one time, I think when Nicki Minaj was promoting her Queen album, and she was at like a T-Mobile store, and like it was mad people there, but they act right though. They was acting right. They wasn't doing nothing bad. But these people are jumping on cars. People on like it. Control your fans, child. But no, they arrested him. Let me see. They got the video of that? No, they ain't got the video. But yeah, this is what the police statement was.
Yes, the influencer is charged. He's going to be charged with multiple counts, at least 2 counts of inciting a riot, unlawful assembly, and a few other charges.
Are you going to charge Kai Cenat?
Yes.
Yes, Cenat. Okay. All right. That's how you say it, Kai Cenat. Look, like I said, I don't know these people. I don't know these people like that. Okay. I don't know, but tell me what y'all think. I think that's a bit evasive, but I mean, he should have facilitated that a little bit better but like when it's a lot of people, can you really control a crowd? And I want to say maybe it was unauthorized. Maybe he just said, I'm going to be here to pass out PS5s. Like, maybe he didn't say nothing to the city like, hey, I'm doing this event or whatever. So which blindsided them, because I know when it comes to like having events in New York, police officers, they're very, very, like, they block off parts of the, like, when we were trying to get into the Pride Parade, they would not let us in the section where the parade was actually happening because it was an influx of people. Like, you have to let these cops know in advance that you're doing this event so they know how to, you know, separate people, make sure people are not doing too much or things getting out of hand. If you sat there and just was like, oh, meet me at so-and-so and so-and-so, I'm going to be passing out PS5s or whatever, and not even letting the cops know, not even letting the city know that you're doing this. Okay, I can see how that could be inciting a riot, because now everything is out of control. Like, they literally was like jumping on random people's cars. Like, it's just a whole mess, child. But tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I will be back probably Tuesday. Well, no, I'll probably be back on Wednesday, child, with a show. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. You know, tell me what y'all think in the comments, and I will see y'all with the next video.